慢行啊！唔該晒，好唔好？好耐啦，可以行啊，慢慢行啦。
Well, we're on the move again in Central with the silent march of the legal sector. Just going to recap for those joining us on Twitter as we come out onto the harbour front. A rare silent march by the legal sector. They started off in outside the Court of Final Appeal protesting the impending extradition law, which has united lots of different sectors in Hong Kong, some who rarely speak up on political matters, certainly the legal sector. The last time they were out in force like this, in silence, dressed in black, was over a basic law interpretation by Beijing. And here we see some legal heavyweights, some lawmakers. Albert Ho, Alan Leung, Margaret Ng. We just spoke to Alvin Cheung. The legal sector in Hong Kong, which of course still wears the wigs and has a lot of the ceremonies we see in the British legal system, a common law system. They say that the Chinese system, a couple of dozen miles north of Hong Kong, is not compatible with the rule of law and the civil liberties and the human rights protections that are guaranteed in Hong Kong. This comes days ahead of a huge march organised by the Civil Front this Sunday in Victoria Park. That will be the next flashpoint, as the government has said that the extradition bill must arrive at the main chamber in the legislature on Wednesday. On that same day we will see a Q&A session in the main chamber just before that bill arrives with Chief Executive Carrie Lam. Democrats have done all they can to filibuster, obstruct and prevent the bill from proceeding at the committee levels of the legislature, which is where bills are vetted before they arrive in the main chamber with all the lawmakers. Of course, the pro-Beijing camp has a majority and they can pass this. But the Democrats, sometimes quite physically, have been fighting to stop it from proceeding. At one point, the committee meetings were split in two, as the pro-Beijing camp and the Democrats both sought for a legitimate committee meeting for the vetting. Some cheers earlier on and applause as they were leaving the Court of Final Appeal. But a lot of the noise you hear now is actually from journalists, so as much as it's a silent march, it's pretty noisy as photographers vie for a position, trying to attract the attention there at the front of Alan Leung and Martin Lee, veteran Democrats, barristers. Rare show of force from the legal sector. Trailing all the way back there to the underpass, dressed in black. A few hundred, I would say, at least in sight, are heading now from Admiralty to government headquarters. Both the more conservative Law Society and the other legal group, the Bar Association, have spoken up against the bill. One of several sectors to raise concerns, including journalists, who, in the light of the missing booksellers case in Hong Kong, are also worried about extradition, even though Beijing has said it will only use this in severe cases. Stretching back there to the underpass.